the rest of the country quite possibly has moved on from this issue. But as someone who lives in Ohio, I have not quite moved on from this issue. And if I haven't moved on, maybe you haven't. I don't know. So just in case you, again, are living in a cave or something, during the 2024 presidential debate with Kamala Harris, Donald Trump said, and I'm going to give you the quote here,
"Eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there."
And so the people he's referring to here are Haitian immigrants. So these are immigrants from Haiti. The Springfield, Ohio city manager, here's the quote, I'm not going to read it, but basically said, these are rumors and it's not been real. It's not like this isn't real. It's not happened. The Springfield police said that they have had 0 reports of pets being eaten or stolen. The mayor of Springfield said, and here's that quote, not true, basically. This was a lie that someone made up, and it was not a great idea. Our governor, Mike DeWine, he said, the stories about Haitian migrants eating pets have no credible evidence. Look, these are good people. The people in Springfield are good people. So, okay, the eating the cats and the dogs thing, that's garbage. That never happened. Concocted, a sham. So someone made it up. J.D. Vance, Donald Trump repeated the story, made it grow really large, right? Okay. Brief sidebar. Our governor, Mike DeWine, and so he's not going to be governor again. You have to vote for our new governor. But Mike DeWine, do I agree with this guy on everything? No. Do I agree with any politician on everything? No. But I will tell you what, I adore that Mike DeWine thinks for himself. That man thought for himself during COVID. And by gum, during this cats and dogs thing, I mean, what did he do? Right away, he made calls. He got to the bottom of it. And in direct conflict with what Donald Trump said, and this is notable because they're both in the same Republican Party, I appreciate that Mike DeWine thought for himself and very loudly and very directly said, no, this story is fake. And I love that he did that. Thank you, Mikey. Thanks for using your own brain and analytical skills, boo. Okay, so what did Sherrod Brown and Jon Husted do? Okay, so at the time of the 2024 presidential debate, when Donald Trump made that comment, Jon Husted was lieutenant governor of Ohio, so Mike DeWine's right-hand man. Sherrod Brown was a U.S. senator representing Ohio. Okay, so as senator, let's start with Sherrod Brown's response. So Sherrod Brown immediately and directly denounced the whole thing. I mean, I guess it's kind of like Mike DeWine. He was like, no. He said that Donald Trump's comments about the eating cats and dogs thing was, quote, outrageous and racist lies. He reached out to nearby towns, Lockland and Middletown, to coordinate federal assistance for housing and social services. So, like, he recognized, though, there is Springfield's having a little bit of a problem, so let's help out. So more recently, Sherrod Brown has launched a public campaign calling on Mike DeWine and Jon Husted to support extending the temporary protected status of the Haitian immigrants, saying that they are critical to the economy of Ohio and to Springfield specifically. And Sherrod Brown has said that those Haitian immigrants are, quote, our neighbors who worship with us. Note, I was like, who worship with us? So, like, I don't really know. What is the religious leanings of people who are from Haiti? Just as a little sidebar, here's what I found out. Haitians are 60% Catholic, 35% Protestant, and 5% other. So 95% of Haitians and Haitian immigrants are like, Jesus is our guy, 5% something else. So, okay, perhaps that's fair. Sherrod Brown said that the Haitian immigrants are our neighbors who worship with us. Okay, I'll allow it. That's fair. Okay, so in Springfield, Ohio, there have been some ICE surges. And so those have been condemned by Sherrod Brown. He called for the firing of Kristi Noem due to her, quote, anti-Haitian animus that drives policy decisions. In a larger sense, because it's related to Haitian immigrants and everything. While Sherrod Brown has been an Ohio senator in the U.S. Congress, he's pretty consistently voted for pathways to legal status for immigrants. So there should be a path and a way for immigrants to become legal and part of the system and all that jazz. And he has pretty much been against broad deportation if they don't include humanitarian exemptions. So again, the whole eating cats and dogs story, Brown denounced it right away, called it a lie, said that it was bombastic, which I did look that up. Here's the definition. Okay, so when Donald Trump made the cat and dog comments and this whole thing really blew up, Jon Husted was lieutenant governor of Ohio. So again, that's Mike DeWine's right-hand man. And so Jon Husted was a little evasive. Mike DeWine was like, no, this whole story is a lie. But Jon Husted, his lieutenant governor, seemed to change topics slightly. He never came out and said, yeah, that's a lie. That's not happening in Springfield. Jon Husted, though, he visited Springfield, and he put the focus, though, of his words and his thoughts, I guess, on the large number of Haitian immigrants that had come to Ohio over the past many years. So this is 15,000 immigrants have come to Springfield. So he talked about the strain on the local healthcare systems, true, the strain on schools, true, and the language barrier, also true. And he talked about how some Haitians, not all, but some have been driving without a license, also true. He said that so many Haitians have come that it has gotten in the way of them assimilating into Springfield culture, Ohio culture. He said that the federal government needs to help Springfield with helping reimburse local healthcare costs due to all these immigrants. A little later, about the ICE surge in Springfield, Jon Husted praised ICE agents there. He called them, quote, moms and dads doing their jobs. And he said that any ICE protesters need to, quote, stay out of the way. He signed the 2025 budget law that increased money for Border Patrol agents and ICE operations. So I am going to talk more about ICE because that is an issue I know a lot of people feel strongly about. So I'm going to talk more about ICE specifically and where our two guys, where they are on all that stuff. And in a different video, as to Sherrod Brown's recent call to extend the temporary protected status of the Haitian immigrants of Springfield, Jon Husted has declined to respond. So, in summary, Jon Husted has entirely avoided saying yes or no about whether the eating cats and dogs thing is real or fake. He has stayed quiet on the temporary protected status of the Haitian immigrants in Springfield, and actually let them expire. So I'm going to put this little table here to just sort of kind of summarize what I've said and what I found. And as always, in the video description, I will give you links to some of my sources, some news articles or videos, this and that, on this whole cats and dogs thing. I will also give you links to Jon Husted and Sherrod Brown's websites, and I will also give you links to checking your Ohio voter registration, figuring out how to register, when you have to register by, where you vote specifically, like you, where do you vote, when, all that good stuff. Okay, that's it.